Hey everybody, it's Trigger Bar Philosopher. Welcome back out to the range. Today we have an exciting episode. We're going to be taking a look at the PSA JAKL 8.5-inch pistol in 300 Blackout. Should be a lot of fun. Let's get to shooting. Okay, well, let's see what we're going to talk about today. Today we have the PSA JAKL chambered in 300 Blackout. I have the 8.5-inch version from Palmetto State Armory, and it's their long stroke piston gun. That means that it doesn't have a buffer tube, and you can have one of these foldy braces on the end of it. That's right, it's a foldy brace, 8.5-inch barrel, so it has a brace on it. Other than that, it has pretty much a standard AR-15 lower. I guess it is slightly different, it has a little bit different mag release is what I'm understanding from everyone. I have on mine the Ames, Holosun Ames red dot on top. I think that's a great match for this. I also have a Surefire light out front with a pressure pad. And yeah, it is a little bit heavy. I've already swapped out the muzzle device so I can run it suppressed. And I am using my Chemo micro brake on here so I can run my Dead Air Wolfman can with it. It pretty much is standard except for that long stroke piston. It has an adjustable gas block, a 5-setting adjustable gas block on front. And one of the important features with this gun is that it will not run subsonic 300 Blackout ammunition unless you have a suppressor on the end of it. I did not know that, and that's not listed on the PSA website, but if you complain about your gun not working with subsonics, they will say it wasn't designed to, which I am still a little bit upset about because they didn't have that anywhere on their website. But we're going to get it out to the range. We're going to do a lot of different shooting with it. We're going to test out some accuracy. We're going to test out our suppressor, putting it on the end, the Wolfman with it. We're going to also see what kind of ammunition it likes, it doesn't like, and this is going to be kind of our first of several reviews of this gun. You can see it has some M-LOK slots on the end of it. And again, it has that 5-position gas block that allows us to sort of get it to the settings that we want. I've found that in the running of most supersonic ammunition, I can pretty much keep this thing all the way closed and it will still run and cycle perfectly, at least on 110 grain ammo and 125 grain. I don't think I've really tested 150 with these gas settings, but I haven't really seen any issues with that. So turn it all the way down, and then you got to turn it all the way up for the subsonic rounds, but you also have to put a can on it. We're going to test that. I found that some subsonic rounds work and some don't. So that's something you're going to have to fiddle with your gun. I do have an ADM mount on here. I really like that ADM mount with the Holosun because it allows you to take this dot off, move it to different rifles, and then put it back on, and it stays relatively zeroed for the rifle system that you're originally zeroed with it. And that's pretty cool about that American Defense Manufacturing Company. I believe that's what ADM stands for. So I'm really happy with that quick release. I think it makes that mount pretty solid. I've seen other channels, I think it was Focus Trip, who said that his problem had with rails that were out of spec. I had no issues with that. I was able to put this ADM mount, which is a high quality mount. I was able to put the Ames on it before I got the high quality mount. I was able to put my Holosun magnifier on it. That fit. All of those things fit. As you can see up front, I have my pressure pad up front, and I do need to do a little bit of wire management, what's going on there. I do have the tactical Doughboy sling on it, and then I'm just going to show you how you can fold this stock. It is a little bit tricky. What I found is you place your hands beneath it and your thumb up top, and then give a real press up while you're pushing down with that thumb. Give a real hard, firm pull up. You can see that, and it folds over. Kind of have to manipulate it the same way to get it back out. What I found was that I had to oil it, and I kind of manipulated this several times after I got it because it was sure stiff. I wish it wasn't that stiff. In the end, I'm not a super fan of this brace, and it's a brace, so it's not going to be as good as a stock. It's not going to be as rigid because it wasn't meant for doing that. Let's take a look. It has a side charging handle. And that is reversible, so you can charge it from the left or right side. I prefer mine on the left, but I can totally get it why for more duty applications, you might want it on the right side so it's not pressing up into you. Okay, well, I lost my audio for a good portion of this video. I'm going to do my best to catch up. What I have up first is I have 124 grain American gunner ammunition from Hornady, and we're just going to do some ups with it. little bit better. Try to just do 2 shots this time. All right. I keep wanting to shoot more. So we've been shooting this 124 grain American gunner ammunition from Hornady. I've also shot some AAC 110 grain, some 125 grain from AAC, but I have had issues, especially with the 220 grain AAC ammunition subsonic rounds to get cycling. Let's test that. Okay, well, I have some 220 grain subsonic ammunition. Let's see how this goes. Make sure we're open all the way. It did not cycle that round. Did not bring it around into it. Now we are fully open and is not cycling it. Looks like it cycled but did not get around into the chamber. Yep. Okay, now let's add the can, see what happens. Okay, we have our Dead Air Wolfman can on. And it's all the way open. Let's close it just a couple because I don't like tons of gas. Cycles just fine, get locked back, not getting tons of gas. All right, we just have some of that Winchester ammo. Let's just do some transitions between a couple of targets. Okay, I see the gun is operating great. Let's take it back out and see what we get kind of accuracy with it. I have had it out to 100 yards. I also have had it, well, I've had it at 50 before. We're gonna take it back at 50 and show how it shoots here. All right, well, we have 5 rounds. We have our Holosun 3X magnifier on top with the ADM mount. And we are going to shoot some 110 grain Hornady VMAX loads. Sorry, Hornady AAC VMAX. Okay, well, it is so freaking hot out here. I'm gonna have to probably call that. That's a pretty good group for the position that I'm in. I think it's better than where I've shot before. So interesting. I'll have to I'll show some footage of where I shot before when I compared it to my Daniel Defense 10.5 inch. Shot a lot better again, shooting the same ammo. That was a little bit better bench rest. I think I actually shot a little bit better here. Probably is deviation between one round to the next, or deviation in the barrel. So again, probably 1 to 2 MOA gun. That's probably 1.5 inches, so maybe 3 MOA group. Let's go down and talk about it and finish up our review. Okay, well, this is a 3-shot group at 50 yards for the JAKL. So that's about 1 inch, so that's a 2 MOA gun right there. We'll do more testing, comparing it to my Daniel Defense, which is about a 1/2 inch at 50 yards, and so that's about 1 MOA. So, yep, just showing the differences between maybe a piston gun and a gas gun, and also gun that's half the price. All right, let's keep shooting. All right, so this is our group right here, 5-shot group. Again, that looks like 1.5 inches, so that's probably at 50 yards. So that's, 3 MOA at 100 yards, and that seems about right what this gun is capable of doing. 4 are in there pretty tight, and you could even argue that this might be sub 2 MOA. But again, 5 shots, that's what you got to do. So I think 2 to 3, 4 MOA, perfectly acceptable for this type of gun and what the rolls are for it. All right, well, I haven't done one of these closeouts for a while, but it's so freaking hot. I'm not setting my tripod back up again. I think the PSA Jackal's a keeper. Like, I think there's a lot of bad press. There are definitely some people that look like they were paid for it. Ram thumb. But it looks like, at least from my experience, Joe Blow, I'm nothing. I just bought it. Like, I've done all the other PSA stuff. I have no affiliate links or any crap like that. I think it's with all of these types of things. Look, you're paying 1,000 beans less than you would for some other type of gun. And so that's a long stroke piston gun. Let me be clear. Is it equivalent? Could you build an AR-15 for this price and have it perform better? Yes. But can you get one that's a piston gun that has a gas block on it for this price? I don't think so. For me, I was looking for something in a shorter barrel, looking out to try different things, different roles that they might have. Look, is this something that's more concealable, something hideable? I think 8.5 is a great length for a 300 Blackout PDW style gun, shooting subsonics that can also flip to the role of more rifle and give you more power and actual ballistics. So I think there's a lot of strengths to it. Yes, I did see the Grand Thumb video recently where he trashed the subsonic rounds and he was comparing supersonic to subsonic. It's like, what the heck was he doing and what's up with that? Whatever. I digress. But I think that there is a role for the 300 Blackout. I think it's a mean round. You get that extra diameter bullet. I think it can be quite wicked. I think it can be quiet. It can play a number of different roles for you, including this more concealable short-barreled pistol in configuration that you can have. So I think it's an attractive option. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys thinking of the PSA Jackal? Do you own a PSA Jackal? Put it in the comments below. Do you think trigger bars lost his marbles? That could be true. That could be a separate issue. Put that in the comments below. I appreciate everyone. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope everyone has a great week. Let's get to shooting.